Quidditch, eSports, the growth of Boise State, North Korea, and South Korea are having peace talks.
And we'll hear from Cole Young with their Bronco Sports update. These stories and more coming up in your Boise State Newsline for the week of March 14th, 2018.
Thank you for joining us on this week's edition of Newsline. I'm Doug Mason.
And I'm Joey Oles.
North and South Korea talked about peace over dinner in Pyeongchang on March 5th. U.S.-led sanctions against North Korea has left Kim Jong-un uneasy and has now started participating in discussions of peace with South Korea. They discussed reasonable denuclearization. It is said by Chung Eui-yong that China pressed North Korea for these peace talks. After the meeting, South Korean National Security Advisor Chung Eui-yong was sent to the U.S., informing the presidency of the meeting. Trump has now agreed to talk to North Korea and discuss the agreement of North Korea abandoning their nuclear program. North Korea has not yet responded to Trump's acceptance. Denuclearization is a very pressing concern, considering about a year ago they exploded what is believed to be a hydrogen bomb. Of course, that meeting would not come without danger. With that danger, Trump will be taking appropriate measures. Location, date, and many other details have yet to be discussed.
Newsline's Joe Dyer spoke with some Boise State students to get their opinion on the drink LaCroix. Let's see what he found out.
Joe Dyer here with Boise State Newsline, sipping on some LaCroix. We're gonna find out if the people like it or hate it. Let's see what's up. What are your names?
Marhaba Aziz.
And then I'm Kiri Davis.
Noah Hart.
My name's Hannah Blake.
AJ Trantham.
All right, AJ, so I'm sure you're familiar with LaCroix. You've experienced this beverage before. What do you think about it?
Unfortunately, yes, I am familiar with it. Is it LaCroix?
Is it Croisy?
LaCroix.
LaCroix, like a LaCroix pot?
LaCroix.
LaCroix?
Like Crocodile Dundee, kind of LaCroix-y?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, okay, for sure. I've heard it tastes like gentrified Sprite. Other than that, not much.
I heard it's like water, bubbly, not the best, but it's all right. I've seen kids drink it.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate it, you guys. I don't hate it. It's kind of good. It tastes like if you're drinking like plain soda water and then someone from a separate room like shouts a flavor at you and then you kind of taste it. But other than that, it's not bad. I don't hate it.
I love that description. That makes perfect sense.
That's the only way I can describe it, so it's not bad.
No, this tastes like I've had coconut oil in my tongue for like 2 days. It's not good.
Look, Mohammed, you just not on the way. I do not approve.
Very sour, with hints of water.
Oh, what a champ.
Yeah. It's like someone had regular water and then ruined it.
Let's go to the next one. People like this one a lot. Yeah, passion fruit.
Okay, a little better. Tastes like a grapefruit. Very grapefruity.
All right.
Definitely an improvement.
An improvement over the plain. Okay, now we have coconut, which people do not like.
Okay. That's very strange. Yeah.
A lot of people are using this beverage to replace soda because it doesn't have any calories and it's no sweeteners. Do you think this is just like a fad, or it could be the drink of a generation? The drink of a generation. The drink of a generation.
We've been thinking about this all day, and we think this is our generation's drink, and we demand it.
I demand LaCroix.
No, it doesn't have that kick to it. Like, you know, Pepsi and Sprite, they have this strong kick to it. This just like kind of fades out in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. It's good, but I'm not trying to like feed it to my children later on. So I'm gonna say it's a fad.
It's just this middle ground of awkwardness. If you're gonna go with something bad that's good, I know it's confusing, go for it. And then not just go for water.
That makes total sense to me. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, you heard it here, folks. Middle ground. Awkward.
Middle ground. That is awesome, Joe. That was super cool that he did that.
I really enjoyed it. Actually, I don't even like the drink, but I like the segment.
Yeah. Anyway, so coming up, we have eSports, a summary of Table for Three, and Quidditch. But first, this message.
I'm Jamie Bingham.
I'm Chase Duckworth. I'm Chris Dennis. And you're watching BTV.
Welcome back to NewsLine. This past week, Boise State traveled to Las Vegas to compete in the inaugural Mountain West eSports Showdown. Boise State took on UNLV in the Rocket League, League of Legends, and Overwatch as the most popular competitive esports. This tournament was ran in conjunction with the Mountain West College men's and women's basketball tournament, also happening at UNLV. Boise State, despite giving it their all, only won the event in Rocket League, but unfortunately lost to UNLV in the other two. UNLV defeated Boise State in the League of Legends and Overwatch to win the Mountain West Trophy for the first time in a tournament that will likely be returning for the future iterations. This ends Boise State's regular season play, but more special events are planned this year, so make sure you tune in to twitch.tv/Boise State University to cheer on our own Boise State esports teams.
This past week, on a different show, Table for Three, I hosted a discussion about bullying and its effects on students. I caught up with two BSU students, Lily Ward and Trinity Lombardi, to discuss the ins and outs of bullying through the internet, in person, and within Greek systems at universities. Make sure to go check it out on YouTube on the Boise State UTP page.
Boise is no stranger to the sport of Quidditch for the past few years. This year is no exception. Boise formed a community Quidditch team this year, separate from the university. Despite this, it has a similar roster as well as an equally impressive record of games this season. Nomads only have dropped one game this season to ASU and are now primed to compete at the Nationals in Round Rock, Texas. Before this, the team has competed in tournaments in Utah, California, Washington, and our own annual tournament here in Boise. The team is led by Boise State senior Brian Bixler and grad students Joel Johnson. Despite not being the Boise State's Abraxans this year, the team still has students from BSU on the roster. The Nomads will be traveling to represent Boise and our college on April 14th and 15th. So don't forget to tune in and watch them at usquidditchcup.com and cheer on your local Quidditch team. Go Nomads!
NewsLine's Melissa Mione reports on University Television sports broadcasting. UTP students are involved in producing a variety of shows in which they get hands-on experience of what it's like to work in the field. Let's take a look.
Most weekends out of the semester, you'll find Boise State University television productions here on the third floor of the Lincoln parking garage, broadcasting and recording Boise State sports to the community.
University Television Productions is a student-run broadcast medium that creates original content for Boise State Television. Students have the opportunity to learn real-world skills from a hands-on application of equipment. Students are able to learn and explore many aspects of the broadcast industry, from sports coverage to news writing, camera work to conducting interviews. Sports are a huge component of Boise State's student life. UTP provides online viewing of club sports to a local and international audience through YouTube. Family and fans can tune in live to see their favorite teams compete. They can even connect with the commentators or give shout-outs in real time. All of this is brought to the community from UTP students.
What we've seen is our coaches love it because they can review tape with the players about the plays or how the game went and things like that. The parents and families love it because they get to watch their son or daughter compete. And then also some of our teams, mainly lacrosse and rugby, they're using it as a recruiting tool. So the kids that are in California that aren't able to come watch a game, they're able to watch a live game or review the YouTube channel and review the game.
It really helps us as far as like getting a feel for what we look like on the field and how we're supposed to line up, stuff like that, and helps us going into practice next week. So yeah, it's all beneficial for us. So I have family from California, so this is the only means of watching my game so far. Yeah, they usually every time we have streams and stuff like that, I'll tell them and they'll hop on. They're good about that. So yeah, always have support back home.
Media production has the largest enrollment within the communications major. All of UTP's content, both past and present, can be found online on YouTube at Boise State UTP. Updates on shows and future content can be found on Facebook and Instagram.
Whether it's football, basketball, or even rugby, Boise State UTP is providing students with real-life experience, all while providing the community with an avenue to see their favorite sports. I'm Alyssa Mioti reporting from the Lincoln Turf at Boise State with NewsLine.
I think UTP is something that people should get involved with, at least try it one time in your school year.
No doubt. It's such a cool class.
So cool. So coming up, we have your Bronco Sports update with Cole Young and weather from your weatherman with your weather plan, Brad Salone. But first, this message. If you guys haven't been to Treefort, that's something you have to check out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it this year.
Now we have Cole Young with your Bronco Sports update.
How's it going, guys?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to spring break.
Me too.
It was an all too familiar feeling at the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas for the Boise State women's basketball team. For the second year in a row and third time overall, the Broncos of Boise State were the champions of the Mountain West Conference and have punched an automatic berth to the NCAA tournament. Ashanti Coleman had 10 points, including the game-winning buzzer beater that put the Broncos over the top against Nevada 62-60. Tournament MVP Riley Lupfer led Boise State in scoring with 19 points. Brady Hodgins had 14, while Shaylin Shaw added 10 of her own. As for the NCAA tournament, Boise State was given a 16 seed, even though the Broncos were conference champions. They will travel to Lexington, Kentucky for a first-round matchup with Louisville. The game can be seen at 10 a.m. Mountain Time on ESPN2. The same could be said about the men's basketball team as well, as they found themselves falling in the quarterfinals of the Mountain West Conference tournament for the third consecutive year. The 2-seed Broncos were upset by a seeded Utah State team that shot 56% from three-point range. Ironically, this year's version of Boise State saw them break the school record for three-pointers made in a season, but were outshot when it mattered most. Chandler Hutchinson was a near non-factor for the second consecutive game and finished with 11 points. However, Lexus Williams had a career-high 24 points that kept the Broncos in the game. The Broncos will, however, be participating in postseason play as they were invited to the NIT, which is a tournament for the teams that just missed out on playing in the NCAA tournament. The Broncos will be making their second consecutive appearance in the NIT after last year saw the Broncos make it to the second round. Boise State takes on Washington tonight at 8 p.m. Mountain Time and can be seen on ESPN3.
Wow, thanks for those updates, Cole.
Thanks, guys.
Looking forward to it. Now, we're going to send it over to Brad Sloan with your weekly weather update.
Thanks, guys. So, daylight savings time has shown up once again and muffed up everyone's schedules. Why is daylight savings time a thing? They say it's to save energy. The idea became evident when Ben Franklin started studying the sunrise and sunset and started realizing that the sunlight changes throughout the year. And, you guys bored yet? Too? Okay, me too. Thought so. According to me, messes up everybody's sleep schedule. Oh, it helps farmers get more sunlight for farming. No, it actually messes things up even worse for them. The animals get fed an hour later, and that's really messed up. Have you seen my games at the gym? I make all the games at the gym, first of all. If an old fart were to decide to change the time and mess up my eating schedule, I'd be pretty upset too. But I guess spring break is coming up, and that gives us more time to, respect each other and sit down and get some exercise studying done with that extra hour of evening sunlight. Now for the weather. That being said, winter is starting to wrap up and it's slowly getting warmer. Nothing but rain and clouds coming up this week. And as you can see here, we got rain on Friday and Wednesday. It's going to be in the mid to high 40s and 50s, and the evening time is going to be around the low 30s. So be sure to stay warm and maybe have some fun out there during the warm rain. I'm Brad Sloan, your weatherman, with your weather plan.
Thanks, Brad. That's awesome. Looking forward to that warm weather. Well, looks like that does it for us at NewsLine. I'm Doug Mason.
And I'm Joey Oles. Thanks for watching, and we're going to see you next time.